Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Katie, for those who have for some reason forgotten, and this is Brooks or Us. Before you guys ask, yes, my voice is different. I'm a little sick right now, which is why I sound like this. But yeah, I'm all good other than that. So let's get started. So this week, because it's December 1st today, I will be talking about all the books I have read in November. And when I was going through Goodreads, I noticed that not a lot of them were chapter books. They were all picture books because of story time at my library. Again, children's librarian at my library. So I'm just going to go through all of the books I've read in November, chapter books as well as picture books, which I don't think I've done before. I think my last one, it was all chapter books. Another note to mention is that I might not always go through the books, especially the picture books, to say what they are, just because they are picture books. They're fairly short, and I had a lot on my mind this month, so I might not always remember them, remember what happened in the picture books, even though they are so short. So let's get started. The first one is How to Catch a Star by Oliver Jeffries. The next one is I Will Not Eat You by Adam Lehrhaupt. It's about a dragon who scares away friends or potential friends because he's a dragon and they think that they might be. The next one is I Am a Unicorn by Michaela Short, about a frog who thinks he's a unicorn. The next one is Some Dads by Nick Bland. Again, self-explanatory about talking about dads. The next one is What If by Samantha Berger. I don't remember what this is, but it's fairly inspirational. What if I had this? What if I looked like that, but I'm okay with how I am? Maple by Laurie Nichols. It's about a girl who has the same name as the tree that's planted when she was born. And then one of my favorite ones this past month was Obsidio by Amy Kaufman. It's the third book in the Illuminae series, in Illuminae Files. There you go. I've talked about these in past videos, but I really like how they're set up in emails and text messages and radios and all that good fun stuff. It's a space opera, and it's about kind of like survival against a company. And yeah, that's basically what all three books are about, is like surviving attacks from this company. The next one, let me get the right page up here because Goodreads is being kind of slow right now. I don't know why. It's probably another picture book, honestly. And it is. It's called Barnyard Boogie by Tim McCann. And then I did Happy Hippo, Angry Duck by Sandra Boynton. Sandra Boynton also did some other ones that are. Oh, Sandra Boynton. She did Moo Ba La La La. If you know that one. So it's a lot of like animals and fun stuff like that. I really like the books. The next one is called Soot Face by Robert D. Sansucci. The next, which is a version of Cinderella. The next one is Otherwood, I should say. It's a children's chapter book by Pete Houtman. It's basically this grandfather dies, and his grandson remembers him tying. His grandson remembers the grandfather tying the grandson. That was a little confusing. I'm sorry. That like there's a theory going around where there are different, like at different points the universe is split. You know, that whole thing of like big or small choices can affect universes type thing. So like there's a Doctor Who episode about this actually too, where who was it? Donna. decides to go right instead of left, and that kind of like veers off the track. Anyways, other one is one of those books where like the grandson, this grandson tells his best friend who just moved to the area about something that happened in their past, and then it like their universe is split. So in one universe, the best friend's alive. In the other universe, the grandson's alive, and kind of how what happens. So that I really liked that one. The next one is Dragon Dancing by Carol Lexa Schaefer. Again, it's dragons and dancing, picture book story time. Another dragon book called Evermore Dragon by Barbara Jose, Joosse. She writes a few different dragon picture books that I've used in story times in the past, which I really like. Mitchell Goes Driving by Haley Durand. So it's all about this boy named Mitchell who drives a car, which is basically his dad. So Mitchell's on his dad's shoulders. It's a really cute book. I really liked it. The next one that I read for story time was Katie Loves Kittens by John Himmelman. I don't know why I chose this besides the name Katie, honestly. And then the next one I read for story time was Chickens to the Rescue, again by John Himmelman. The next one I read was actually for our adult book club. It's called The Medusa Chronicles by Stephen Baxter. It's a sequel to a book written, well, a novella written back in the 70s by Arthur C. Crook. But yeah, it talks about this guy, Howard Falcon, who we met in the original back in the 70s. And it talks about how he's now, part machine, part human, so, androids type thing, and kind of what happens while he's alive, which turns out to be like over 6-7 centuries old by the end of the book, and kind of like what happens, who he meets. The Medusa referred to a species on Jupiter that was created for this series. I don't know if it's actually true or not. But yeah, that was interesting. It's very sci-fi, science-y, space stuff. The next few I read for story time for Thanksgiving. This first Thanksgiving Day, A Counting Story by Laura Krause Melmed. The next one is Thank You Thanksgiving by David Milgrom. And The Firefighters' Thanksgiving by Maribeth Boltz. And The Great Thanksgiving Escape by Mark Fearing. The Great Thanksgiving Escape is really funny about these two cousins who are kids who want to go outside and play on the swing set, but they have to get through all these obstacles like the Hall of Ants, because they don't want to talk to their aunts and say, yes, I'm okay, school's fine, and then they don't want to go through the Room of Butts. That's what they say, is the Room of Butts, which is basically all the males, the uncles, dads, watching football. And so they try to get out through all these like obstacles to get outside to play on the swing set, and then they figure out it's raining. So I really like that one. The next one I read was the Iliad. This is actually part of a video I am going to be putting up later when I finish my own personal challenge. But if you don't know what the Iliad's about, it's basically about the last few days of the Trojan War. It's not the complete end of the Trojan War, but it talks about some of the more hot topics of the Trojan War. So Hector dies and Patroclus dies. So it's fairly interesting. But again, more on that in another video that I will be putting up hopefully shortly in the next month. Hopefully I'll finish all the books by then. The next few I actually just did recently. I did a few color story times. So I did Color Dance by Ann Jonas, Anywhere Artist by Nikki Slade Robinson, The Artist Who Painted a Blue Horse by Eric Carle. Those are all kind of like the ones I read for a color story time. And then the last few are more storytime books, and they're just kind of random ones. Rock What You Got by Samantha Berger. Um, Again, more of like being yourself and being happy with who you are. Shiver Me Letters, Pirate ABC by June Sobel. Let me go to the next page here. This was actually just on Thursday that I read these guys. Thursday already? Wednesday? One of the two. Thursday. I don't draw. I color by Adam Lerhaupt again. Archie and the Pirates by Mark Rosenthal. Badger's Fancy Meal by Kiko Kaza. She's fairly popular. And that is actually the last one, Badger's Fancy Meal, that I read. So yeah, those are the books I read during November. There weren't a lot of big like adult or YA books this month, but that's because of the Iliad. Because the Iliad was, oh gosh, it took me a while to get into that book, as well as the Medusa Chronicles. But yeah, thanks for listening in. If you have anything you want to hear from or about, let me know in the comments below. What did you guys read this past month? I'd love to know, because I always like to get ideas for what I could read, besides just stuff I hear from the library or on BookTube. But yeah, let me know what you guys are interested in hearing about and what I should read next. See you later.